Hey guys, welcome into the Wolverine podcast. I'm here with five-star Michigan signee, well now Michigan player, Will Johnson. Will, how's it going? Live from Ann Arbor.
It's going good. Just getting used to the campus life and all that right now.
Awesome. So Will Johnson's going to be on the cover of the Wolverine recruiting edition. So, just for you guys, so you guys can order the magazine. We actually have a recruiting print edition, so it's not just the Wolverine.com. You can order our 100-page magazine with features and analysis on each member of the 2022 signing class, including the man right here, Will Johnson. You can pre-order at the WolverineOnDemand.com by February 14th for the fastest delivery, and you can continue to order after February 14th, but only while supplies last. But we're going to dive right into it with Will Johnson, talk a little bit about his time at Michigan so far, talk about his recruiting process and some of the NIL deals he has going on as well. So, Will, let's just dive into it. Tell me a little bit about workouts at Michigan so far, what you guys have been doing with the team.
Right now, we just work out 6 days a week, just doing some conditioning and strength stuff, and we're going at it hard. So everybody's getting a lot stronger, faster. Everybody's getting a lot better right now.
Which guys in the class or maybe guys on the team have you been able to start forming bonds with, friendships with?
Really, the people in my workout group. There's a lot of people, but older guys. I mean, everybody in my class is in the same group, but older guys probably like Blake and Nakai and um, just guys like that, Ronnie, guys like that.
Yeah, geez. So, what do you think the team camaraderie is like right now, just in the early going of the off season?
I think it's good. I mean, everybody's working hard and everybody has good relationships with everybody, so it's a good vibe around the building.
What's been the biggest difference from high school to college so far?
Definitely the workouts, just working out like that 6 days a week. That's just been the biggest difference. I can see my body changing already, so just getting ready for the season.
Tell me a little bit about school, just getting to class, kind of navigating the college schedule. I know that can be a little difficult for freshmen.
Yeah, it's real cold up here in Ann Arbor, so walking to class and stuff like that, it was real tough that first week, but I'm getting used to it now.
Definitely. So, yeah, looking back at before we look back at your recruiting process, obviously while you were on campus, there's been a lot of changes. Jesse Minter coming in as the defensive coordinator. You had the Harbaugh situation. You have Coach Bellamy moving back to wide receivers. So, plenty of changes going on with the coaching staff. Just kind of your overall thoughts coming in as a freshman, as a part of this signing class, on some of the changes that have taken place on the coaching staff.
I mean, right now, just focus on every day, just working hard and getting ready for the season as a team in the weight room and doing what we can do as a team. Focusing on ourselves, and when spring ball comes, we'll probably get more into getting acclimated with our coaches and stuff and all that. But just focusing on that right now.
So I know a big thing for Coach Harbaugh was bringing in a defensive coordinator that ran a similar scheme as Mike McDonald, or was at least familiar with Mike McDonald's scheme with the Ravens. How excited are you that Michigan's keeping the scheme, and what have the guys there, like Coach Klink and Coach Harbaugh, told you about what the scheme might look like?
I mean, I know he's from the Ravens too, and it's a similar scheme. So I mean, I'm expecting it to be real similar. So um, just looking forward to getting in the defense and learning more about it for spring ball and all that coming soon.
So obviously, Jim Harbaugh stayed at Michigan after kind of a little bit of a whirlwind. What was that whole situation like for you? What were some things maybe Coach Harbaugh told you before and after he made the decision to come back to Michigan?
I know before he was thinking about it because he wanted a chance to win wanted a chance to win a Super Bowl, and I mean now he's back and he's happy to be here. So just taking it day by day and doing what we could do as players to have a great season again.
Were you a little nervous during the whole Harbaugh situation?
I wouldn't say nervous because I mean he pretty much let us know that he was looking to leave and he was looking to have the opportunity to leave. So it wasn't very surprising or nervous, but I mean, I was happy to have him back. So it turned out good.
Did you appreciate, his candor, I guess, just letting you know that he might leave, just being honest? Like how much did it mean to you that he was just basically upfront with you?
Yeah, it was always good that he was honest. I mean, no matter what I asked him, he always was honest about it and let me know. So, I mean, that was good for sure.
I guess how excited are you that the staff's mostly intact and that Harbaugh is back?
It's just good because they had a great season last year and looking to build off of this year and be be even better this year. So that's all it is.
Obviously, you built a really good relationship with Coach Klink throughout the course of the recruiting process. He just got promoted to co-defensive coordinator. Tell me a little bit about Coach Klink, just the job he did recruiting you, and now that you're at Michigan, what you're kind of picking up from him through the first few weeks.
Recruiting wise, he was really good. I mean, he was on me. He recruited me hard. He was real personable. Right now, it's more just we're just strictly mainly strength and conditioning, so it's not much with him or anything yet. But so I'll be with him more when spring ball comes around next week. So, but right now we're just really focused on the strength and conditioning part with the strength coaches.
Definitely. So tell me a little bit about Ben Herbert then. What's it been like working with him?
No, I love Coach Herb. That's my guy for sure. I mean, they get us right. Love all the strength coaches. They're definitely make you feel like at home when you're working out in the weight room every day, and they care for you. So it's great.
I know you haven't had a chance to really go through actual football stuff. Like you said, it's been more strength and conditioning. But what do you just think about the defensive back group? How you guys are maybe coming along as a secondary, and what you think the future holds on the back end?
I think we got some talented guys in the DB room. Definitely a lot of good young guys. So I think the future's bright for the DBs, and we got a great coach. So uh, definitely should be good in the future.
Let's go ahead and reflect on your recruitment. Tell me a little bit about just the recruiting process, kind of the ups and downs of it, and how relieved you were when it was finally over.
Well, for me, I committed kind of early, so it wasn't too bad for me. But I mean, with the coaching changes and stuff like that, it made it a little more complicated. And but I think I didn't not enjoy it, so I think I didn't take too many visits, but I think I'm at the right place that I need to be, and I'm happy about it. So I'm good with everything now. After I look back on it,
During the course of the process, obviously, like you said, you committed to Michigan. There were some changes, especially in the secondary. Coach Linguist left to Buffalo. You had Coach Klink come in. There were some question marks about uncertainty. You had Ohio State and USC continue to push for you. Um, how did you kind of navigate that, and why did you decide to stay loyal to Michigan and continue to keep your verbal pledge?
Michigan just always felt like home. They always felt like it was the place I should be at and where I had the best opportunity. So that's the reason I came here, and I felt the best about the coaches. And I'm just, I mean, looking back on it, I'm glad I'm here, and I'm just looking forward to this season.
I know I've asked you this like 100 times at least during the process, but kind of expand more on why Michigan. Like, what was it about Michigan other than the staff that really fit you on and off the field?
Really, like I said, just being at home, and it felt like home. The education, the teammates. I mean, I'm close to my teammates, close people with the people in my class, and I'm really just overall as a whole. I just felt comfortable. That's really what it was, just being comfortable coming here. So that's what made me choose to come here.
You were kind of considered the leader of the 2022 class, just being, one of the most highly rated guy in the class, as well as just being one of the more vocal leaders on visits. Tell me a little bit about how excited you were about the close to the 2022 class, with Michigan kind of having a little bit of a rough start and then really closing strong, finishing with a top 10 class.
I think I was really excited about our class. We got a lot of highly rated guys, a lot of sleepers too that are really good too that will be good for us. So I mean, I think we gotta. There's even been some guys on the team that are like, if you guys, if we didn't know you guys were freshmen, we wouldn't know it right now. So I mean, I think we got a really good class, and it's going to be a bright future for sure.
For the people that didn't follow the recruiting process that in depth, talk a little bit about some of the guys you recruited the hardest and some of the guys you were more excited that really jumped on board with you.
I mean, some guys that came late that I was excited about because I didn't know if they were going to come was like Derek and Keon and guys like that that I got to know more at the end. Um, I was real close with Marion. He's my roommate here now. Darius, I got to talk to him more towards the end of the process. There was a lot of guys that I was always talking to, was close with throughout the process. So
What about your guys your other guys in the secondary from early in the process, Miles Pollard and Cody Jones? Talk about recruiting them.
yeah, Cody was actually committed before me, so he was like the first guy committed. So he might have been recruiting me at first. But Miles, yeah, I was trying to get him to come hard early in the process. So I know Zeke. I didn't know if he was gonna come. Demani Dan, I talked to him a little bit on the visit. So Cody, yeah, it was Keon. So all of them, I talked to all of them throughout the process. So
What was your favorite part about the recruiting process, and what was the worst part about the recruiting process?
favorite part probably just being up here on the weekend, games, visits, stuff like that. Going on visits, interacting with the other recruits and the other guys, trying to get them to come here. And the worst part, probably just all the phone calls and Zoom calls and all that. Just having to answer all those. But besides that, it was not too bad.
Hopefully I didn't bother you too much, but now looking ahead at looking at back at that visit, one of the visits you made, obviously you made 100 visits, but looking back at one specifically, Ohio State, that was obviously a big game. There a lot of guys on campus, Michigan coming away with a win. Just talk a little bit about what you think that win meant for the program, and just now that you're on campus, the overall feel of the Ohio State Michigan rivalry.
I think it meant everything. Not even for the program. I say it meant a lot for my family. Just being Michigan fans our whole life and just getting that feeling of finally beating them, and especially for me and my dad. And so it was just a great feeling. But as a program, I think it just sets a standard now that we're all here. Like we beat them, so now we got to keep beating them and hold up to that standard and keep working. It's in the weight room every day. What are you doing to beat Ohio State today? So, it means a lot. You see it every day. We're just working hard, knowing that's in the back of your mind what's coming in the future. So,
What do you think the future of this program is this year and throughout your collegiate career?
the future this year, obviously we're trying to win a national championship, trying to win the Big Ten championship. That's the future and the goals we have for sure.
Definitely. So, looking at some of the things you're doing on campus right now, obviously you've mentioned all the workout stuff. You mentioned class. Some of the other things you're doing, NIL obviously has taken a big role in recruiting. I know you've had some deals already. Before we dive into your specific deals, talk a little bit about just NIL as a high profile recruit. How did you kind of navigate the NIL waters, and how do you think NIL is impacting recruiting as a whole?
NIL it's been good. I have a good support system to help me out. So, I got a kind of like lawyer, sports, marketing, NIL guy that helps me do all my stuff. So he looks over all my contracts, looks over all my deals. So he helps me. Him and my family help me focus on what I got to focus on, and they handle that, and I do what the things I need to do. So, it's pretty easy, and obviously, it's great for me. I get to make money now, I get to do all that, so I'm happy about it.
Do you think NIL is good for recruiting?
Good for recruiting, as far as yeah. If the school is doing it right, for sure, definitely can help.
How much is Michigan involved? Like, has Michigan, the athletic department, or I guess the football department, have they given you more advice, or is it just you kind of doing it through your outsources?
More my outsources for sure, but I mean, Michigan gives you the platform to be able to use your sources and things like that to get people to reach out to you now. And I know they have this new platform they just built and made. So I mean, I'll probably learn more about that soon. So
Definitely. So, like I said, you did get a couple of NIL deals early on, including with us, the Wolverine magazine. Talk a little bit about just some of those early NIL deals.
they're all good. I mean, they're all I have connections with all of them, so it's been easy transitions and kind of natural. So they've been good. I mean, I'm making money off of it and benefiting both ways. So happy about it for sure.
So, I know you've done it with us. You also did a water company, right? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's from another Michigan grad that my dad knew really well when he been here. So that's kind of more of like a close family friend thing that I did. And yeah, that's really just all it was for that one. Just a more of a family thing.
You also just announced with Valiant, which is doing a lot of great things for Michigan athletes and just NIL as a whole. Talk about signing with Valiant and what you think they're doing.
Valiant too. They've been the Wanglers. I've known them since I was before I even remember. So I mean, I've known them my whole life, and they've always been supporting me my whole life. So I just felt like doing a deal with them it meant a lot, and it's just a great deal for both of us. And they're really connected with Michigan, so it only made sense to do something with them.
And before we get out of here, let's talk a little bit about some of your family history and ties to Michigan. Obviously, your dad played at Michigan, like you said. Your family's been lifelong fans of Michigan. What does it really mean to you now that you're actually on campus, that you're enrolled, that you're going through workouts? What does it really mean to you to be a Michigan man?
It means a lot. I mean, I'm happy I'm here, and being here, just being with your teammates and getting more and more close with them every day. So it makes you want to go in and work hard and work for each other. So I mean, it means a lot to finally be here, just like my parents were, my mom and dad. So just keeping the tradition going.
How happy do you think your dad is that you decided to, because early on, I even remember I was at one of the Sound Mind Sound Body camps and your dad was rocking an Arizona State sweatshirt and
Yeah.
he was just kind of like about the other schools. So tell me a little bit about what it meant to your dad for you to be a Michigan Wolverine. I know he didn't push you that way, but I know he kind of wanted you at Michigan.
Obviously, he's super excited about it. I mean, I'm excited about it too. But I mean, I was just with him today before this, so it's good to be home, being able to see him whenever I can. And I know he tries to get up here as much as he can to see me. So I think that's the biggest thing, just being able to be home and be able to see my family and still focus on what I got to do. That was a big thing. So he's definitely happy about it.
How much does it mean to you to kind of follow that family legacy to suit up like your dad did? Like how much aspirations do you have to be even better than Dion was?
I mean, I have a huge aspiration to be better, and I mean, I learned everything from him. So I mean, I give a lot of credit to him first of all. But I mean, it's a great honor to be able to follow after him and just know I went through the same program and got a chance to do even better and have even a better career. So just it's a great accomplishment to finally be here.
A lot of people don't know this, but just going with you through the recruiting process and attending your workouts and seeing everything. Obviously, your dad was very involved, not just kind of as a guide through the recruiting process, but he actually trained you. I mean, I remember going out to that summer workout and he'd make you do the same rep like 20 times. So, talk a little bit about just having him not only in your corner, like I said, as a guide, but also having him work out with you. The benefit of having a former Michigan defensive back actually training you and working with you on a daily basis.
I mean, it really meant everything. I wouldn't be here without him. So, I mean, he shaped me into the player I am today. So, I mean, still to this day, get tips from him and learn from him. So, yeah, I mean, it means everything. I wouldn't be the player I am today without him.
Another thing you got to do, just having access to the program, going up around the program, is before you actually signed with Michigan, you would attend some practices and come out and actually watch the guys go through workouts. What were some things you picked up during those times you came to observe practice basically on a weekly basis, and how are you kind of applying them to what you're doing now through the first few weeks?
Um, really just, really just. I mean, I've been around a while, so getting to see them more in that environment, see how the coaches coach and things like that. That's really all it was, just getting a feel for it. But I mean, the biggest thing I've noticed now is just working hard, and the guys that work hard are always the ones that end up making the biggest impact on the field. So just doing the extra things, doing the little things that people don't want to do. That's the biggest thing.
Going back to when you were a kid, what was it like just being around Michigan, being at the big house? Like, do you remember like the first game you were at as a kid?
I actually didn't come to many games when I was younger, but I mean, I do remember it for sure, but it didn't sit the same as it does now. Obviously, when I was in high school watching the games, just because I didn't know what the whole meaning behind it. But I mean, I just remember all the people in the game. That's all I really remember.
Nice. Um, Anything else you want to add, Will, to this interview? I feel like we've kind of covered all grounds. Anything you want to add, maybe about yourself that Michigan fans should know, or just about the recruiting class coming in?
Really, just I mean, we got a great class coming in, and we got a lot of guys on the team that just work hard, and we're just getting ready for the season. So I just know, I mean, we're working hard. It's going to be a great season this year coming up.
Awesome. Thanks, Will. And for everybody listening, again, remember to order our print edition of the Wolverine.com, the 100-page magazine with features and analysis on each member of the 2022 class. You can pre order right now at the WolverineOnDemand.com by February 14th for the fastest delivery. You can also sign up for the Wolverine.com for $8 for the entire year right now. So, special thanks to Will Johnson for joining us. Best of luck at Michigan.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.